Creativity may be hard to nurture, but it's easy to thwart. The culture of a workplace, an organization's values, norms and practices, has a huge impact on our happiness and success. Authenticity means erasing the gap between what you firmly believe inside and what you reveal to the outside world. I believe that the most meaningful way to succeed is to help other people succeed. From a relationship perspective, givers build deeper and broader connections. The mark of higher education isn't the knowledge you accumulate in your head. It's the skills you gain about how to learn. If you want to be a generous giver, you have to watch out for selfish takers. Once people take ownership over the decision to receive feedback, they're less defensive about it. Procrastination gives you time to consider divergent ideas, to think in nonlinear ways, to make unexpected leaps. To get real diversity of thought, you need to find the people who genuinely hold different views and invite them into the conversation. Bragging about yourself violates norms of modesty and politeness, and if you were really competent, your work would speak for itself. From a motivation perspective, helping others enriches the meaning and purpose of our own lives, showing us that our contributions matter and energizing us to work harder, longer, and smarter. When making decisions about people, stop confusing experience with evidence. Just as owning a car doesn't make you an expert on engines, having a brain doesn't mean you understand psychology. One of the signs of a bad coworker is a pattern of persistent undermining, intentionally hindering a colleague's success, reputation, or relationships. Saying no frees you up to say yes when it matters most. Procrastinating is a vice when it comes to productivity, but it can be a virtue for creativity. When you procrastinate, you're more likely to let your mind wander. That gives you a better chance of stumbling onto the unusual and spotting unexpected patterns. Some of the greatest moments in human history were fueled by emotional intelligence. When people are depending on us, we end up finding strength we didn't know we had. It's ironic that when you go through a tragedy, you appreciate more. You realize how fragile life is and that there are so many things to still be thankful for. In the conversation about women in leadership, male voices are noticeably absent. Frenemies are worse than enemies, and it's not just in the workplace. I have 2 rules for a great book: make me think and make me smile. Some people are selfish in all of their relationships. Those people are called sociopaths. The great thing about a culture of givers is that's not a delusion, it's reality. Authenticity is a virtue. But just as you can have too little authenticity, you can also have too much. Agreeable people are warm and friendly. They're nice, they're polite. You find a lot of them in Canada. If an organization values innovation, you can assume it's safe to speak up with new ideas, leaders will listen, and your voice matters. A resilient culture has a certain amount of resistance embedded in it. Not so much to capsize it, but enough so that it doesn't atrophy. Perhaps gaining power doesn't cause people to act like takers. It simply creates the opportunity for people who think like takers to express themselves. When I think about voting, I can skip it and still see myself as a good citizen. But when I think about being a voter, now the choice reflects on my character. It casts a shadow. When you develop a reputation for being responsive and generous, an ever-expanding mountain of requests will come your way. To generate creative ideas, it's important to start from an unusual place. But to explain those ideas, they have to be connected to something familiar. If you want to find out if someone's a taker, it's not actually that useful to know what they've accomplished. What you want to know is how they explain them. It's true that every leader needs followers. We can't all be nonconformists at every moment, but conformity is dangerous, especially for an entity in formation. We have many identities, and we can't be authentic to them all. The best we can do is be sincere in our efforts to earn the values we claim. In the eyes of many people, giving doesn't count unless it's completely selfless. In reality, though, giving isn't sustainable when it's completely selfless. For women to achieve equal representation in leadership roles, it's important that they have the backing of men as well as women. Geniuses don't have better ideas than the rest of us. They just have more of them. I try to get as close as I can to cleaning out my inbox every night. Subscribe my channel for more videos. And if you liked my video, then give a thumb up and share my video.